45 seconds until launch. The vehicle now on internal power. The first umbilical has retracted. We are now standing by for the start of the initiation of the engine start sequence. The auto sequence has now been initiated. Launch command has been initiated. We have engine start. Turbo pumps coming up to flight speed. And liftoff. Liftoff of the 64th Progress resupply craft bound for the International Space Station. The Progress arcing out to the northeast. Good roll, pitch, and yaw program reported. All parameters are reported to be normal. Chamber pressures reported to be good. All structural parameters are operating normally. Good yaw, pitch, and roll program. 1 minute 15 seconds into the flight. The blockhouse in Baikonur reports everything proceeding normally. We'll be standing by for first stage shutdown and separation from the vehicle. 1 minute 50 seconds into the flight. And there you have it, first stage separation, everything normal. The Soyuz booster and the Progress resupply craft, 30 miles in altitude, 73 miles downrange, traveling almost 4,000 miles an hour. All structural parameters continue to be reported as normal from the blockhouse at Baikonur. The Soyuz rocket being powered from its second stage, now looking at animation driven by real-time telemetry courtesy of Roscosmos. Three minutes, 8 seconds into the flight. The Soyuz booster is operating normally. All structural parameters are in excellent shape. The second stage engine is operating normally as the Soyuz continues its climb to orbit. About 5 minutes of powered flight remaining until the Progress reaches its preliminary orbit under the power of its Soyuz booster. Coming up on the 4-minute mark into the flight. Mark 4 minutes. All structural parameters continue to operate normally. All vehicle parameters continue to be normal. The blockhouse in Baikonur are very satisfied with all of the Soyuz performance parameters at this point. As we approach the 4-minute 45-second mark into the flight, 4 minutes of powered flight remaining. And we have second stage shutdown and separation. The Soyuz booster and the Progress resupply craft 104 miles in altitude, 179 miles downrange from the Baikonur Cosmodrome, now traveling 8,700 miles an hour. Coming up on the 5.5-minute mark. Good control of the vehicle, good structural parameters reported from the blockhouse in Baikonur. The third stage is operating normally. Once again, looking at animation of the climb of the Soyuz booster and the Progress resupply craft on top to its preliminary orbit. Again, driven by real-time telemetry from the spacecraft. Now 6.5 minutes into the flight, about 2 minutes and 15 seconds of powered flight remaining. All structural parameters, engine performance reported to be normal. Coming up on the 7-minute mark into the flight. The flight continues to be nominal and smooth. The flight control team here in Houston watching the climb of the Soyuz to orbit, as are the flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow. Everything proceeding on track. No issues reported at this point. Coming up on the 7.5-minute mark into the flight. Structural parameters on the booster all reported to be normal. Engine performance is right on the money. Coming up on the 8-minute mark into the flight, less than 1 minute of powered flight remaining. The vehicle reported to be very, very stable. Good engine performance on the third stage engine. About 20 minutes of powered flight remaining, 20 seconds of powered flight remaining. Standing by for third stage shutdown. We have third stage shutdown and third stage separation, standing by for solar array and navigational antenna deployment. And we have confirmation now that the solar arrays and all of the navigational antennas have successfully deployed. And so the Progress is on its way to the International Space Station after a flawless launch and climb to orbit atop its Soyuz booster. Launch occurring at 4:41 and 45 seconds p.m. Central Time, 3:41 and 45 seconds a.m. And Baikonur, where the conditions were ideal for a launch. The Soyuz quickly sped away from the launch pad at Site 31 in Baikonur and climbed out to the northeast for its 8-minute, 45-second trek to deposit the Progress into its preliminary orbit. You're seeing a view now from the external engineering camera on the Progress, which has been separated from its third stage as planned. Solar arrays and navigational antennas have been deployed as scheduled. So a perfect start for the Progress as it begins its 2-day journey to reach the International Space Station. Again, you're looking at the view from an external cross-haired engineering camera on the Progress 64 cargo craft, which was successfully hoisted into orbit atop its Soyuz booster a short time ago. Launch occurring at 4:41 and 45 seconds p.m. Central Time, 3:41 and 45 seconds a.m. in Baikonur. It took 8 minutes and 45 seconds for the Soyuz to deposit the Progress into its preliminary orbit. Seconds later, the Progress's solar arrays and navigational antennas deployed as planned. This is the initial testing of some of the Progress systems as it begins its 2-day journey to reach the International Space Station and what is expected to be an automated docking to the Pirs docking compartment on Monday evening. As we speak, the International Space Station is actually flying almost directly over the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan at an altitude of 252 statute miles. The Expedition 48 crew, which faces an extremely busy week ahead of it, was asleep at the time of launch. They'll be awakened early Sunday morning to enjoy one more off-duty day, a light day of activities and housekeeping before they press in to the heart of their week's activities on Monday.